A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for June 30th. Barbados is under a tropical storm watch and full preparations are in gear for the approaching system. Throughout the day, the island felt the effects of tropical wave number 16, and according to Home Affairs Minister Wilford Abrams, there was some impact.
We've had impacts from another system that had two bouts of severe rain and thunder and lightning. We've had significant flooding in St. Michael and central parts of Barbados. We've had reports of damage to property, collapsed ceiling, leaking roofs, trees that are about to topple over. We are being impacted by significant events. This is the hurricane season. We met with the agencies who have a role to play in disaster management in Barbados, all the significant agencies. We've run through their level of preparedness. We also met and discussed things specific to this system, because we need to be prepared for this coming system as well.
The focus is now on potential tropical cyclone number 5, located near latitude 9.6 degrees north, longitude 43.7 degrees west, or about 1,100 miles east of Barbados. Maximum sustained winds are 35 miles per hour, and the system is moving west-northwest. Minister Abrams urged Barbadians to be prepared, noting the system is expected to start affecting the island as early as Friday morning.
On the current trajectory, the center of the system should pass very close to Barbados, and we expect to start feeling the effects of this system from Friday morning. What you should expect strong winds and significant rainfall. The sea conditions are expected to deteriorate in open water with swells of 4 to 6 meters, and in particular to the east, southeast, and southwest of Barbados. Tomorrow morning, Cabinet is going to take a brief on our preparedness efforts and any last-minute fine-tuning that we need to do. We will try to get that out of the way as quickly as possible. So I'm asking people, just please monitor and keep monitoring our official sources so you too can be informed.
Ahead of the system, officials of the Barbados Light and Power Company Limited assured residents they are ready to handle any issues. Director of Operations and head of the BLMP's Hurricane Team, Johan Graves, told a news conference today all systems have been checked and are on standby.
As of today, we would have tested all of our standby generators and all operational, all of our emergency portable water supplies. We have all of our tanks filled to facilitate our personnel who have to remain on site during the event, but even after as they do restoration. All of our fuel tanks for our generators, we are at working levels, and in some cases we are today bringing them to the maximum capacity to ensure that we have as much fuel storage as we can for continuing operation of our generators over the next few days. All of our communication systems, including our satellite phones and our VHF radios, have been tested and they are in working order, so that if needs be, we can resort to them for communication during this period.
Stop the vandalism, the plea from the Chief Operations Officer of the Barbados Transport Board, Linda Holder, after a culprit severely damaged an electric bus.
After spending just over 22 million Barbados dollars to purchase buses, put in infrastructure and things of that nature, it is quite unfortunate that some members of our society do not appreciate and extend a certain level of care. Last night, while this bus was playing the St. Patrick's route, someone threw a stone through the bus. And because 3/4 of the bus body is glass, obviously when you throw a stone and you damage one part of it, that entire section has to be removed and replaced. It means that this bus, BM615, is now off of the road until we can fix this situation. The cost of doing this, if it continues, will obviously grow, and it will diminish the value of what we're seeking to achieve. We cannot replace a small piece of the glass. We have to replace the entire window, and this is not something that is even stored here in Barbados. We have to bring it in as a spare part.
Holder says there must be zero tolerance to vandalism.
That when you engage in vandalism, it has long-term ripple effects. It isn't just that the bus is off the road, it is the cost of bringing that bus back on the road. It is the loss of goodwill when we cannot then service some area, and then there is the financial issue. The bus has to be repaired, and we've lost the ability to bring in revenue. And all of this is going to reflect on the taxpayers because we are members of the Crown. The bus is owned by the Crown. So when that happens, someone else then is going to suffer.
The Caribbean Development Bank opened its 51st annual meeting today with word from the new president, Dr. Jean Leon, that the bank will have to double financing to help the region achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
Our preliminary estimates suggest that to reach the goal of halving poverty by 2030 would require more than doubling of average CDB lending. Now that says CDB lending would need to double. I'm going to rephrase that. Would need to double and more to meet the poverty goal of reducing poverty levels by 1/2 by 2030. But that's only one of 17 SDG goals. One of 17 SDG goals. So just think the size of the problem that we face, the magnitude of the task that we have at hand. And what I think this tells us very clearly is there has to be a need, a pressing need for multiple sources of funding, multiple financing instruments, as well as, and I'm going to underline this one as well as a clear identification of the role that CDB is expected to play in marshalling this development finance.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
On the regional front, teachers in Jamaica are questioning government's plans to host summer school. We get more in this report from Television Jamaica.
In a matter of days, the National Summer School program is slated to begin. It's part of efforts to address the learning loss resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Jasford Gabriel, says the initiative is good, but there are lingering concerns. Like, how will the ministry locate students who have been out of classes throughout the school year to attend summer classes?
It almost have to be a marathon to find these students, and even if you do find them, our experience suggests that in terms of attitude and interest in participating in the program for any meaningful intervention and impact will be a challenge. But the program has our blessings, and we are encouraging as many students as possible to show up and to participate. And I believe that even the students who will attend, I still don't believe the numbers are going to be great, even though we would encourage all of those who are coming out to be a part of it.
And the principal of the Yalas High School, Mark Malava, says locating the students is one thing, but convincing them to participate will be even more challenging.
We could not find these students to come online when we had face-to-face classes. Many of them still did not come, and those who came in an ad hoc manner. So it's going to pose some serious challenges for us in terms of convincing the parents, convincing the students to come out.
On the international scene, U.S. comedian Bill Cosby is now a free man after his sexual assault conviction was overturned today by Pennsylvania's Supreme Court. Here are the details from Reuters Television.
Bill Cosby was released from prison Wednesday after Pennsylvania's highest court overturned his sexual assault conviction. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court's decision comes after Cosby served more than 2 years of a potential 3 to 10-year sentence, following his 2018 conviction. The court found that a previous prosecutor had made a deal with Cosby not to charge him in the case. The comedian and actor was best known for his role as a lovable husband and father in the 1980s television comedy series The Cosby Show, earning him the nickname America's Dad. But his family-friendly reputation was shattered after dozens of women accused him of sexual assault over a period of decades. His conviction was widely seen as a landmark moment in the Me Too movement that brought forth an array of allegations against powerful men in Hollywood and beyond. Cosby was found guilty of sexually assaulting Andrea Constand in his home in 2004 after giving her unidentified pills. But the court ruled Cosby should never have faced charges after striking a non-prosecution deal with a previous district attorney more than 15 years ago, ruling he should not only be discharged, but adding, quote, any future prosecution on these particular charges must be barred.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.